All right, back with hot stocks. The market is strong, doing very well for itself, in fact. And as I said, a lot of mid-cap pharma stocks have done exceptionally well for themselves in trade. From the large caps, L&T and Tata Steel are the ones have also bumped up. On to earnings call and pull up the stock price of GSFC for you. Just show you what that is doing in trade. 17% top line growth, bottom line has grown a bit as well, but margins have come off quite rapidly. However, 1.5% higher in this session. Mr. Atanu Chakraborty, MD of GSFC, joins us right now on the phone line from Vadodara. Mr. Chakraborty, thanks so much for joining in. There has been a growth, 17% top line growth, around a 21% bottom line growth as well. But your margins have come off by 600 basis points. What's the reason for this, sir?
Well, Neeraj, you must appreciate this growth has come at a time when situation was largely adverse.
Sure.
Towards the end of the quarter, we had also seen the sentiment on account of lesser rain. Also, caprolactam prices had seen during this quarter a downward trend. Despite that, we have been able to pull off this kind of a profit, which has added to the shareholders' value.
So, and just to get the stuff on record, your sales have grown 17%. If the margins have contracted, how is it that the bottom line has grown 21%?
Well, we had also a major trading activity in DAP during this quarter.
Right.
And as you know, in the trading activity, the profits of this nature, profit tend to be reasonably thin. So we made use of low prices in the market at that time. And but because of that trading activity, though the top line is up, the margins are not as high as they tend to be.
Yeah. So my real idea of asking you that question was that if I'm not wrong, the caprolactam benzene spreads have declined by 30%.
Well, over the previous quarter, Q4, when the spread was about 1660, it came down to 1330.
Okay. So, do you expect a further drop in the spread? And two, what would the impact of this would be on the margins? Would there be a further decline?
Well, they fell further in July, but now we see bottoming out in the caprolactam prices. Actually, in the last 3 weeks, they went over by about $120 and a slight dip of $10. So, a net increase in $110 in caprolactam prices. However, it was amply balanced by a larger delta, that's a larger spread between nylon caprolactam prices. But nylon price also helped us to keep our margin at better levels than they ought to have been had they fallen in line with the caprolactam price.
Okay. So, Mr. Chakraborty, one final word really. If indeed your margins, let's assume, stay at these levels, and if you do a 20% odd top line growth, would the bottom line growth be commensurate at 20%, or you believe that the one-offs will not come into play from the next quarter?
We have continued to trade in fertilizer during this quarter also because we wanted to make supplies available to the farmers for fertilizer. So naturally, quarter on quarter, if you see the previous quarter, you'll see the increase in top line, not a commensurate increase in bottom line. However, if we see a continuing uptrend in caprolactam and nylon maintains the same balance, we can see reasonably okay profits.
We wish you all the best for that, Mr. Chakraborty. Thanks so much for taking the time out. Getting out of time completely, but it's a roaring market. Deepak, very quick, one top stock idea at the end of the show.
Could go for HDFC Bank with a stop loss at 596. Current price is just below 599. Could give you an intraday gain of nearly 10 rupees, and that's a stop loss which is just 0.5%.
Prakash, very quickly, 10 seconds, one top idea. Prakash, one top stock idea.
No, I can't hear you clearly, so I think I'll skip.
Okay. Never mind, Prakash. We'll get back in a bit, but just out of time on the show. Thanks so much, Prakash and Deepak, for joining in. Very quickly, what the markets are doing. Reliance up 4.5%. Tata Motors 3%, Tata Steel and L&T have shown some traction as well. So good going for those. Not too many losers really, in fact hardly any losers. The TCS may be a bit soft. The broader end of the market, lots of moves.